Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you never miss any of these Cardano updates. So what I'm going to do here is take a look back at the week, see what has happened within Cardano this week. Obviously, the price of ADA has went on a huge run. Really great to see for everyone that has been holding for a long time now. Congratulations. Hit some extreme highs this week, all while the rest of the market was, I suppose, tumbling down based on Elon Musk. So we will look into all of that. I'll give my opinions on it and even the links with Elon Musk and ADA and all of that. I will talk about all of that and everything else that has happened this week. Also, please consider giving the video a like. If you haven't done that already, leave a comment below or share it out there. All of that really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're looking for a stake pool and want to support the channel, please also consider delegating to Paul or Paul1. Now, let's jump into it. Okay, so what you see on screen here is something that I showed in a video earlier this week, so I'm not going to spend much time on it, but it is an overview of what is going on in the Cardano ecosystem right now. So again, it touches on projects in different areas. There are lots of projects missing. I've seen lots of other projects saying, why weren't they mentioned in it? This was put together by Coin98 Analytics, so I'm sure there's going to be more and more versions of this as more projects come to the forefront. So just some of the ones that I will be sitting down with going forward. So again, I get a lot of requests to look at projects. To be honest, I look at some of the ones that reach out to me and it's like, they're not a project that I could ever stand behind. So it's not something I'm going to bring on the channel. So when projects reach out to me, if you're reaching out hoping that I'm going to shill your project or anything like that, make sure that you stand behind your project, that you are doing something really good. Because if you're not, and I don't like it, then that's what I'm going to tell people. I'm always going to give my honest opinion on what I see. So one that is sort of in the mix right now is YaySwap. So people reach out on Twitter to see would I interview the team, because they done a raise, they done a private sale and done an IEO on X markets, raised a lot of money, but they still haven't revealed themselves. They're gone very quiet and no one knows what's going on. So I have put the invite out there. They said they would come on the channel and that it would be in a week's time. I asked for a date on that, but I haven't heard anything back since Tuesday. So for everyone waiting on that, I'm not sure what's happening yet. Hopefully they will pull through and come on next week. The other ones as well, CardStarter, you can see here, or CardSwap is by CardStarter. I had a quick chat with CardStarter the other night, and I will be having the founders on the channel next week to talk about everything they're doing. I think they're doing a lot of good things out there, and we will dive a bit deeper into that next week as well. Another project that I am having on next week is World Mobile. So that is set for Tuesday at the minute. I will record it and then put it out. I like to do the pre-recorded stuff for now, and then we can always bring the project back on later for an AMA. The reason for that is that we can keep it focused on what are the main topics we want to cover, get the information out there, and if there is interest, then we can bring the guys back on for an AMA at a later stage. So there are two of the projects that I'm sitting down with next week, maybe YaySwap. There's a few others in the pipeline as well, so you can expect lots of content like that, because I think the projects launching on Cardano, there are going to be so many opportunities out there for people, and I want to start covering them as much as possible. So that was on the ecosystem. Also on the Plutus, on the Alonzo testnet. When is it going live? What's going on? This is the only reference I could find to it right now. So this was IOHK put this out the other day, just talking about all of the releases that's going on GitHub. There is new releases coming out all the time. So they reference saying that as we head toward the first Alonzo testnet later this month. So no date on it. It's just later this month. As soon as I get anything on that, I will let you guys know. I will do a video on it, because to me, that can be a huge spark to really send us parabolic right now. Again, if it gets delayed, it's going to give us pullbacks in the charts. That's just how it's going to be. But I am waiting on that, and hopefully it will come fairly soon. That's kind of it then on them news. Actually, on the what brought the market down. So just before we go to the charts, we have to talk about Elon Musk. I think a lot of people are just getting sick of what's going on here. A lot of people giving out about his bad influence on crypto. He was a really good influence on it for a while, but he's just so erratic, and right now it's just a bit crazy. So came out and said, look, he didn't even type this post up. He just copied it out of somewhere. It looks like he nearly copied it out of an email that was sent to him. I would say this is coming from the board of directors, that all of the bad attention, I suppose, he's bringing onto Tesla right now. And to say that they're suspending their purchases using Bitcoin. He also comes out and says he's not selling his own Bitcoin or anything like that. And he says that they're not accepting it due to the environmental reasons and the amount of energy that's used for Bitcoin. This whole argument doesn't make a lot of sense. Also, I've seen figures out there that they didn't sell any cars for Bitcoin in the time that they said they were accepting Bitcoin. Because look, right now, who wants to actually swap their Bitcoin, their crypto, and an appreciating asset for a depreciating one like a car? You do look at this, he talks about carbon tax then, and to be clear, he still fully believes in crypto. He gives another shill for Dogecoin there somewhere. Yeah, this one here, working with the Doge devs to improve system transaction efficiency. I'm not even going to get into that right now. But look, as always, don't panic, he says. To me, I think a lot of what is coming out there is not directly from him. He has to be getting a lot of pressure from board members, but we'll wait and see what happens with it anyway. So then looking at price, we'll take a quick look at the Bitcoin price right now. Because again, when the markets are fluctuating like this, yes, we've seen some crazy runs on ADA yesterday. We'll take a look at Bitcoin because to me, we need Bitcoin to stabilize and to push back up into the mid 50,000, up around $54,000, $55,000 next week to really stabilize and keep this bull market running. Because right now we are seeing the money flowing out, the profits flowing out from Bitcoin and Ethereum, flowing out into other major altcoins. Actually, if we start just with CoinGecko here, you can see today looks a lot better. Yesterday when we looked at this, I don't know if I don't still have the screenshot up. I actually probably posted it here. So yesterday, this is what it looked like. So Cardano was up 5.5% at this stage. That was when we were at $1.84. We went right the way up to $1.97. I think on Coinbase it even hit $1.10. But at $1.84, that put us into 4th position yesterday. While everything else on CoinMarketCap was way, way down. As you see today, everything is getting a nice rebound, starting to pull up a bit in the market. If you look at all of the pairs against Bitcoin, you see that lots of coins have gained against Bitcoin over the last few days. And I do expect that to still happen over the next few weeks. But what I would like to see first is Bitcoin stabilizing. If we take a look at this here. So we look at when it fell all the way down here with Elon Musk and his FUD, it came down as far as $46,000. So this is a level, it's not a new level I've drawn on the charts. That's why I'm showing these older charts. I will look at Atani in a minute for the other charts. But you can see here that at $46,000, I've had that level on the chart for a while now, along with $43,000. These are the two levels I'm watching for Bitcoin on the lower side. If we break them, then I may start to get bearish. Right now, I'm still bullish. I still think we are firmly in the bull market and we need Bitcoin just to pull back up to reaffirm that. With the $46,000, the reason that it is on the chart is if we scroll back over here, you can see around here, once we initially crossed that level, it acted as a support level all along here, right here as well. This point here briefly broke below it again, broke down below it down to 43, but again back above. And when we come back down to test 46, it was solid support here. As we scroll all the way over, when we had the big drop over here, 27.5% drop from the all-time high, which still stands as the all-time high for Bitcoin at around $65,000. We just fell short of $46,000. This line's actually at 46,200. But when we look at the drop for, we'll call it the Elon drop, you can see here it fell to nearly bang on $46,000. Really good bounce, had a bit of a pullback then, didn't come near the $46,000 level and is going up at the minute. What I personally want to see is pushing back up into this $55,000 level. Over the weekend, I would be happy enough to see Bitcoin staying in around these $51,000 levels and making the push to the upside then come Monday when all of the markets are open. In around $53,000, we may see a bit of resistance here, but if we can push through that, then getting up to $55,000, $56,000 and stabilizing in around that level would be very good for the markets overall. So then looking at the ADA price, let's have a look at what happened during the week. So you can see here that I'm on the 4-hour chart. You can see that when we pushed all the way up here to $1.97, all the while the rest of the market was falling, we were on a huge tear up here. We've held this very nicely today, down at $1.83, had been the high back here on this level. So right now it looks like we could potentially be making that our latest support level on the bottom. You can see actually with the Elon FUD and everything that was going on, we did fall down and we had a big dip down to $1.50. Once again, this $1.49, which was our all-time high for a while back there, this has held solid. This is the level here that I am still looking at as our solid support, is between $1.49 and $1.56 is where I still expect to see strong buying pressure, as I've said in the last few videos. So right now, $1.83 is potentially showing itself as maybe support, but we need a bit more proof on that yet. Holding these types of levels above $1.83 would leave us really primed to push up into the $2 area next week, pushing on up into $2.10, $2.15, somewhere around that by the middle of next week. But again, that all depends on holding this level here. Right now, I'm still very happy with where things are. It is, after getting a major push like this, the next part that you want to see is a bit of stability, consolidate here for maybe the next day or two, and then try and push up next week. If we look at the ADA price on Coinbase yesterday, it's interesting to see where it went. So you can see at its high, it went up to $2.10 yesterday. So again, there was a lot more people just jumping in, FOMOing in on Coinbase, trying to get into ADA as it was going up. So it hit a high of $2.10. Again, I'm not counting that as the all-time high. I am going to consider the $1.97, which we've seen on Binance, and it is more the average figure across the board. I'm going to consider in around that $1.97.98 as the all-time high and the figure to beat right now. And the other chart to take a look at is the ADA BTC chart, and I haven't actually drawn that up in Atani yet. Anyone interested in Atani, I did mention it during the week. It is the very first sponsor I've taken on the channel because it's a software that I really like. I'm going to do a full walkthrough video on it fairly soon, but I will leave a link down below anyone that wants to download it. It's completely free to download. Integrate your trading, your charts, there's tax features in it as well, but I will dig into all of that later. I still just haven't transferred all of my charting over to it yet. So if I just take a look at the ADA BTC chart. So again, this is the one that I have my levels drawn on for now. So what we see is that we have blown past the 3,200 sats level. Right now, it didn't really stop at all, went right the way up to 3,900 sats before eventually having a bit of a pullback. Down, got some support around this 3,600, 3,700 level, and let's see where it goes from here. Again, this is going to be dependent on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can get a bit of buying pressure and push up into the mid 50,000s, then we may see a bit more of a decline on this before, in my mind, getting a push up next week. The levels that I am watching on this are up at 4,200 sats. And again, that level there is coming all the way back from 2018. If I actually zoom out on this just to show you. So this is what we look like overall in the ADA BTC chart. So this was the complete blow off top back in January 2018 when we had the last major bull run. And the reason that I'm watching this 4,200 sats is because when we fell from that bull run and got support down here, it was in around that 4,200 sats level, or am I gone? 4,200 sats level that we got rejected when we tried to push back up in the markets. So that is the next level on the top side that I am looking at for the ADA BTC chart. Again, on the lower side, The main solid support right now is still the 3,200 sats. But again, if we get support in around here, then maybe we can look at these types of levels. But for now, the two levels on this are still holding 3,200 sats. I know it is a good bit down, but if Bitcoin did go on a bit of a pump to get back up into the mid 50s, high 50s, we may see us coming down to test around there. And on the upside is that 4,200 sats level. So look, I hope this has been of some use to you guys. Congratulations again to anyone holding ADA. As always, when we hit tops, no matter what anyone says about don't sell ADA, don't do this, don't do that, you do what's right for you. If it's right for you to take a percentage of your portfolio out now, then do so. If you were in since under 10, 20 cent, then it definitely is no harm to take a small bit off your portfolio. I haven't done it yet myself, but I am selling off my rewards going forward now. So again, I'm going to dig deeper into that in the exit strategy video, which is coming up in the next few days. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it, and have a great weekend. I will talk to you soon.